Hey, what's going on, guys? This is CBC,
I'm Jigsaw.
and this is Digital Podcast. Just to give you guys a quick rundown of what this is. This is everything that has to do with games, films, movies that came into the news. Today we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare 3 and the new announcement that Activision did, which is called Call of Duty Elite. It mocks a Blizzard-style World of Warcraft, where it's going to be monthly charges every time you want to play the game now. This is optional. Um, You can search it up all over the net. A lot of people are talking about this now. They're wondering why a billion dollar profiting company, actually, sorry, revenue making company, is starting to actually, put these kind of packages involved in their games. Clearly, we know they're trying to do this for money, but you don't want to run down and destroy your franchise like you did with not with Rockstar, with Guitar Hero, because you don't want to be too money hungry before you start making false decisions. Now, we're going to have a bunch of the links or all these articles in the video description, so make sure you guys look at that so you can have references. And at the same time, we're going to discuss this a little bit more further. So, um, Jigsaw is more familiar with the FPS community and all the games, so we'll have a little bit more technical insight in it. So, how do you feel actually about this to begin with?
Well, I feel like probably like most people do. I don't think it's a good idea. I think they're just being money hungry. I got a quick question though.
Yep.
Was Activision the ones who made Guitar Hero? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, now you could I can see the correlation there.
Yeah. Easily forgotten, by the way, too, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Guitar Hero, did that make $1 billion or what? Because nobody cares about it anymore.
And look at that. They just try to get as much money as they can for it, and now they're doing this with Call of Duty, and it's just. They tried to do this with Treyarch before, but I think Treyarch denied them.
Yeah, because they don't want to rob people of their dignity. I mean, here's the thing, right? This is gonna bother a lot of Xbox users. Not only do you have to pay for Xbox Live, now if you want to be part of this Call of Duty Elite, or whatever they want to call it, you got to pay an extra monthly fee. Now, this is an investment now. This is not just buying a game, because I don't think this game is going to sell for $49.99 or $39.99. I'm pretty
It's
sure
gonna
what
sell for like $60.
minimal.
When And then they have all the extra crap that they always come out
Yeah.
with.
So we're going to talk about the basics now. You want to just buy the game on its own? Say you're part of the PSN, so you don't got to worry about paying for your internet. You're just paying the $69.99 assumed fee, or let's just say $60 flat, which is going to be that's being very generous. You don't now that means that every time a map package comes out, you're not buying the special editions. You're not buying any other DLCs that are coming out. You're just gonna buy the basic $60. That's what a normal game is. Nowadays, with the changing markets, a lot of companies are starting to introduce a lot more factors in their games, whether it be a fighting game, adventure game, anything. A lot of these things are meant to customize your player. Gives you a little bit more feature for the game. However, a Call of Duty game is based on online play specifically. That you could tell that they're already trying to do more of a single player attribute. It's kind of like a World War III that's going on right now. You could actually see the trailers when it was they have France, they have Germany, they got all the buildings falling. They have Manhattan for America. You see the missiles flying all over the waters. So they're trying to maybe have a balance with that, because that's really important. But now we're gonna go. That was the best case scenario what we just explained. Let's go to the not so good scenario. You're on the Xbox Live. Okay, now you're paying the yearly fee. Someone will say, well, man, whatever. It's just $52. It's $60. Well, it's $60 that you have to pay. So you can't ignore costs regardless of how small they are. That's an important factor. Now you're going to add that into consideration. Now, if you want to be part of this Call of Duty Elite, because it's optional, you don't have to do it. However, we don't know exactly what it's going to apply to. Whether your only Call of Duty Elite players will play with each other, or maybe they will just have specifically better internet. But the interface works on who the host is. So it's not like everybody connects to the server like Counter-Strike, like Steam. You don't have one person who pays for the host of the server, which you pay monthly for, because the Steam itself, Counter-Strike owners itself, provide you those servers, right? So there's a lot of factors that go into this. So you got the game, you got DLCs, you got the special packages. Now you got this Call of Duty Elite thing, and all these things are gonna go over at a $120 value. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the map packages were $14.99 recently for Black Ops.
Yeah, it was about that, something like that. 15. Yeah, it was like 15. I think it was 1,200 Microsoft points, so 15. Yeah.
Well,
It's probably gonna end up being. I mean, Modern Warfare 3. It's a recycled game. Let's just put it that way. It's if you look at like some of the stuff, it looks exactly the same as Modern Warfare 2. Maybe some tweaked graphics, but
added colors.
they have the same graffiti on the maps from the first game, from the original Modern Warfare. They got the same old crates. They got the same guns. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you're gonna get like they got Unleash the Dogs and Black Ops. Now they're just gonna have some other. You're gonna have like wolves.
Release raccoons everywhere.
Get them hyenas running after everybody.
See, the Elite, they're gonna probably do something where it's gonna like they're gonna say it's optional, but then they're gonna figure out a way for you to. They're gonna make you have to buy it for something. That's probably what it's gonna turn into.
Now, let me just give people a quick rundown. Modern Warfare 2, in the first 5 days, when they released it back in November, made a revenue of $550 million. At the end of, it was 2009, they sold they made right here on BBC Network, revenue of $1.2 billion. Now, this is revenue, so whoever doesn't know what the difference between revenue and profit is, revenue is all the money you make from sales, and then once you make your sales, you have to minus your variable and fixed costs. Let me give you an example of what these costs would be. Salaries, production expenses, shipment expenses, all that. You minus all that, minus taxes, minus everything else that's involved with it, and then you have net income, which is profit. Now, they made $1.2 billion. We're going to minus a truckload of expenses that they probably had to pay. Let's give them a 40% profit margin, which is the amount that they would get out of that. It's still a good $500 million. Now, before you say anything, but they're going to split that between their employees. No. A fixed cost is employee salaries. So that $400 million is for the owner to use for his personal wants and needs, whatever he wants to do with it. Maybe he buys his own guns, just like Modern Warfare, and thinks about what he's going to do with the next game, next time. But literally, it's just a copy and paste. Not really saying anything, but it's pretty obvious. And would you say that this is finally the downfall of Call of Duty?
I could say it's pretty close to it. I mean, it's basically turning into the same games over and over again. Like I said, they still have some of the same features from the first game. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good, but I mean, if you're taking like same old graffiti from on the sides of walls and you're not changing much, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, the campaign, of course it's gonna be different. I like the campaign. I could see the campaign actually being really good, but when it comes to the multiplayer aspect of things, it's the same thing.
Because let's get real here. What's really gonna be focused on? Single player or multiplayer? They do the matches, tournaments, and all that. I mean, we're not going from Counter-Strike 1.6 to Counter-Strike Source, where all the maps are the exact same. And they just have a little bit of different music in this corner. The tunnel has a little bit of a curve here. The dust looks better. This
is basically Modern Warfare 2 with different maps.
Yeah, and from the pictures, where they have the guns and stuff, and they show a little bit of the small difference in the details, you can really say that it pretty much is.
It looks almost exactly the same as. Well, we're gonna see how this turns out. Of course, it's probably gonna make a ton of sales because it's Call of Duty and it's Call of Duty. It seems like an addiction. It's like a
Battlefield 3 is coming out. SOCOM just came out. Black Ops is now their competition. I mean, they're not the only players in the market anymore, as much as there was before. And Killzone 3 came out earlier, and it's only a matter of time before the consumers get irritated by their producers, and they don't want to deal with any of these crap. And it's going to come to a point where you're oversaturating the market, and you're going to force your customer to think, well, I could save $120 now and buy the better version in 1 year, or I can just buy it half price in 4 months because there's
That's
so
true.
much out there.
I mean, let's look at it. 2007 came Call of Duty 4. I don't think anything came out in 2008, but then 2009 we had Modern Warfare 2.
Well, we
2010
had Modern Warfare 1
oh wait
and
wait
that, yeah.
wait no, in 2007 we had Call of Duty 4, which is Modern Warfare 1. 2008 World at War, Call of Duty World at War. I think that came out in 2008.
And the special
Two,
package where they gave a bundle, remember? They had a
um,
they had a bundle where you got Call of
yeah,
Duty 4 and
they have a bundle for everything
well, yeah,
on
yeah,
each.
yeah, you know.
And then 2009 came Modern Warfare 2. 2010 came Black Ops, and it's 2011, and they're coming out with Modern Warfare 3. They're just spitting these games out now.
Why? You
It's
know what? Because the owner has so much money, he can roll up his bills, make his own customized bed with it, okay? And realizes even if I lose half of this, I can still have about 100 people's retirement income in my back pocket. I won't say, the word, because we're going to keep this PG for everybody. But it's unfortunate that these companies clearly they feel threatened by their competitors because you wouldn't bust out this soon. And, you know, you want attention, you could do it in another way. And it will be sad to see them get the same amount of money because last time they sold in 5 days. I forgot the single amount of units, but I believe it was 2 million or no 11.1 million.
yeah, it was
I'm
something.
gonna get the
It
exact
was
facts real quick here, but
all I know is I can see the end of. I mean, don't get us wrong. If you like Call of Duty, you should probably go out and buy it, just play it. But if you can't see that the end of Call of Duty is starting to come to a draw, then I don't know.
yeah, real quick, 4.7 million copies worldwide in 24 hours, and to all Call of Duty fans, just to real quick, we're not hating on Call of Duty. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Your favorite game, if it is your favorite game, because if you're a casual player, you're going to find this really interesting, and you need to note cut some of these things. If this is your favorite game, think about this. Your producer is making you believe that every time they release their game, it's the current new thing, that they're putting all their effort into it, and they're making you do this and that. But right when they release that game, they're already working on the next one, so they don't value you. They don't care because they know they have you as with their brand loyalty. There's a point where no matter what they do, that certain amount of customers are gonna buy it just because it says Call of Duty. These are your guys this is your favorite franchise, but you can't forget what they're doing. No matter what it is, you gotta take a second look because this is still a company, and if they're gonna value their products, they're not gonna right when they release it, they're not gonna make another one because they're saying we know we're gonna sell this again. So brand quality slowly goes down. What are you seeing? Maybe unless everybody said, you know what, keep that graffiti on that wall because we like it. All right? I don't see why they would still have it there. You know, it's a new
I
addition to
mean,
the game. Like,
you could change up the graffiti. Of course, there's gonna be some graffiti, but if you're using the same
yeah,
graphic
same one.
graffiti
Yeah.
from it kind of gets a little bit old.
Hopefully we can get a picture so that we could show it while we're talking.
Yeah.
And honestly, it'll be a real shame. The FPS market will never go away. Call of Duty might because FPS is a solid structure for a genre of a type of game. But like
Well,
Guitar Hero, I mean,
Activision just you're right, they oversaturate the market. They try to pump out as much games as they can. It starts off slow and like it starts off good, and it starts getting worse and worse.
yeah,
Um, there is like a gaming uproar though. Like a lot of gamers are not really digging this. So if you really like the franchise, I say you should probably find out a way for them to make you so you do not pay, or try to find out more about this, basically.
yeah. Um, you know, Before anybody says anything, also, there's a reason why there's thousands of guys talking on every community site. Like, what is this? A lot of guys are excited. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of people don't want to spend a full paycheck on a single game and what it comes with. It's a simple fact. One of the most profiting companies in the world. You're gonna question why they're making you pay, and it better be for a good reason. You know, you want to be like Blizzard, but Blizzard puts out quality. No gaming company can compare to Blizzard. And every time an expansion comes out, say like I know we're branching off just real quick, but I'm trying to compare these companies because Modern Warfare is on the PC as well, and you know you're a gamer, but who knows what it's going to apply to? It's just been announced, so everything can be speculating, but we're always going to keep it updated, so it's always current news. And and yeah, so the name of it is Call of Duty Elite. You know, it's been confirmed that it's launching alongside Modern Warfare 3 later this year. Anything else you wanted to add, Jigsaw?
Not really. I think well, you pretty much covered it. All I can say is,
They,
I can see.
well, I want to ask you because they say several services will be offered for free. What do you think they mean by that?
Did they what? Did they just say that several services will be offered for free?
Well, it says here, right? The cost of the service is yet to be decided, but several services will be offered for free. It is assumed that regular multiplayer features will not be affected. So, what are they really talking about then?
There might be, besides like the playlists, there might be something else. Like consider like Nazi zombies, you might have to pay or something like that. If it's the regular multiplayer that's not getting affected, then. But I don't know. They can change their mind anytime. They could do whatever they want basically. And
You think maybe they'll do a thing where if you're part of the Call of Duty Elite packages, or you bought that package, that you can go into a custom server that has better quality network, where it's
I can
just
see
those
that
players?
happening. They're gonna try some gimmick to make it so they can get more people buying the Call of Duty Elite. Um, I could kind of compare it to how Bungie and Halo they have Bungie Pro. You kind of pay for a little bit extra stuff.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
that's very cheap though. Bungie Pro is very cheap. Uh,
Well, if anybody who doesn't
I'm-
know what it is, you wanna explain to them? Just real quick.
well, kind of like the system in Black Ops, they have a file share system. I don't know. I haven't played Halo in a long time, so I don't know if it's too much different because I haven't played Reach or. Back in Halo 3, they had Bungie Pro, and basically it gave you extra slots in the file share, and yeah, basically just gave you more room for stuff. I think it was very cheap. It was like 240 Microsoft points or something like that, but you get it for 3 months, I think. Um, Now remember, I don't know if this is true or not. If anybody knows, just let us know what the exact thing is.
Yeah, because we'll do a response video to this for anybody who has comments and concerns or even questions about it. Um, we'll show you a question on, we'll answer it. Um, I know a lot of hardcore guys out there for the Modern Warfare community. What I really want is I want a really strong Modern Warfare fan gamer. I want your opinion on this. I want you to voice your opinion. I want to have kind of like give me a good question and let me know what you're thinking about this because you know
I
this.
want someone who is still pretty active in the community because I used to be, but I'm not anymore. So I don't know if things have changed too much. But I want, yeah, basically we want someone who knows, who could voice the opinion of a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm speaking on the behalf of looking at Activision's recent activity in their finance sector. Because that is my background, and I understand the decisions, and I love games. That's one of the things I'm passionate about. And I saw recently what happened with Guitar Hero, and that's pretty big because one of the most profiting sectors, which they probably could have kept it surviving for a really long time. And they even had the Beatles package, and they had the Slash package, they had the Kiss package. You can go on, but because I can go on that fast in like 1 year, it's a shame to see already a fourth one. Sorry, fourth expansion of this game. Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2. Yes, Black Ops is not Modern Warfare, but talk about casual gamers because casual gamers are always the biggest amount of people who buy the game. It's not you play the controls are the exact same, and now you're getting Modern Warfare 3, and this is all in literally 1 to 2 years.
I mean, look how it first started off with Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. I mean, they had the other stuff. They had Call of Duty, like they had the expansions, but they kind of spread their games out more. And now that they realize because it became such a like a booming thing, with the addition of Xbox Live and stuff like that, uh, it became much bigger. So I think they're just trying to like take advantage of that while they can. But
Yeah.
they could see. I think you're right about. They could see the competition. I mean, with Battlefield 3 coming out, and I mean with Battlefield 2 being amazing and getting really good reviews, and
Yeah.
Battlefield 3 looking amazing as well, and
And
Killzone.
it looks like their single player looks really good,
Yeah,
which is I think because you can't compete in the multiplayer sector with everybody. You got to be a little bit different, you know.
yeah.
And
I,
yeah, so you
I,
were saying Killzone?
yeah, Killzone and I mean we got other FPSs that are coming out, and I mean look at something like Counter Strike. They've been around for so long, and they're still. It's just because they didn't really want to change a lot on it. They
Yeah.
just basically kept it how it is. Didn't want to add too much to it, and that's
Look,
why it's still going pretty strong.
look at StarCraft, man. Brood War, 10 years. They still made money though off it, and people don't understand. Merchandise, products, hosting tournaments, and controlling their game. They still made money off it, but that's why StarCraft 2 is great. And now they just released their new expansion to it. You know, I
Yeah,
believe it's called Heat of the Swarm. And you know, I hope. I mean, it's great to see that a gaming company can make revenue of $1 billion because it's nice to see that happening in this digital era. But don't abuse it. Just don't flush it down the toilet, man. Come on.
if you make a good game, don't ruin it. Basically, Guitar Hero, great game, and then they started doing
Yeah,
it.
they look, man. These guys already ruined $1 billion
Yeah,
franchise. Okay?
they.
I,
Oh,
I got my checkboard waiting. I'm just gonna. When am I gonna put that X on this one? You know.
what else are they in the process of making?
Um, I was never really following Activision recently. I used to be back on the Sega, right? I believe they made one of the Spider-Man games. If someone can correct,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maximum Carnage. They
They made. I think they made like all of the Spider-Man games actually.
Activision makes so many games, right? It's just they got their select few that are really big. I mean, like Naughty Dog, they did Crash Bandicoot back in the day. Now they're doing Uncharted. Hopefully, they do another Crash Bandicoot again. I mean, it's like Sega, right? They got their mains, and then they have their branch off games that they make small profit games that hopefully they grows big and stuff like that. Because I mean, Modern Warfare 2 was a $40 million budget. They made 3,000 percentage gain. They think about it. You spent 40 million, you made 400 million in 24 hours or 36 hours. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, any hardcore fans, casual fans, and just haters, let us know what you think about it.
If we got any information wrong, please let us know.
And trust us,
Um
we will correct.
and or but try to make sure like you have a little bit of proof to go with it. I'm not trying to like give you a hard task, but we want to see because sometimes you can just word of mouth. You hear from another person, you hear, and then that person tells some person, and
Yeah,
etc.
yeah. It's like you wanna say something. If you think I mean clearly if you're agreeing with us, we're gonna have our notes in the course in the video description for you guys to see. But if you do have something good to say to correct, make sure you got like the website there or the article site there so that it's not just an opinion because an opinion is one thing, but an opinion with you know an article or evidence is like Jigsaw was saying is that's what makes it right. So
And give us your opinions also, I mean, of course. So I think that's about it. You think?
yeah. Um, so uh, we'll see you guys next time, and we'll make an update video with this soon if we get enough responses and questions, concerns, and all that. So I'm CBC,
I'm Jigsaw.
and we'll see you guys next time.